Hey, beautiful lady.
Hello, honey.
Why are you being so shy? You know you're not shy. Cut it out.
You introduce these videos in such a biased way.
What's so biased about that? Everybody knows
Listen to
you're
my
beautiful.
husband. It's your opinion.
That is not my opinion.
You married me, okay?
Not
You
because
saw
you're
a
beautiful.
different beauty than everybody else. Okay. So let's get back on track
We're
here.
talking about inner beauty is why I married you.
This is supposed to be a video, some kind of lesson for individuals. So let's get on to that.
It is a good lesson. The lesson is appreciate beauty.
Go outside, hug a tree, sit in the grass, smell the flowers, appreciate the beauty around you. The birds flying in the sky.
Have you been drinking something?
No, you said appreciate beauty, so I'm talking
That's what
about
you
beauty.
said. Okay. I thought maybe you were drunk or for the first time.
Drink beverages that, mess up
You
my
call them
faculties.
Oh, they're beverages, huh?
Yeah.
I see. You just gave yourself away there. Let me go have a beverage. You get blasted. That is not a beverage. They might describe it that so you can go drink it, but that's not what it is.
The only thing I drank was the lemonade you prepared. So
Yeah.
if you did something
I must have done
to
something. It's laced. Anyway, no, I wanted to talking about this implementation, right?
Yes.
To me, it reminds me of when you and I started to get closer. Just as friends, not dating stuff. I remember you told me about how you wanted to lose weight.
Yes.
You remember that? Because according to you, you were overweight.
I was.
That was so funny. And then I asked you what you were doing, and you ate vegetables. Is that what they call salads? Mm-hmm. Right, you ate salads. Why are you laughing?
I was going to say, as my husband calls it, grass.
Yeah, bunny rabbit food. You ate salads, but yet still you were gaining weight.
Right. And I made sure to eat 3 meals a day. I followed all the dietary guidelines set forth by the U.S. Department of Food and Agriculture, something like that.
USDA?
USDA?
Department of Agriculture?
No, FDA, Food and Drug. No, I don't know. Whoever puts out that food pyramid, I was following the food pyramid.
I see. And yet still you gain
I was
weight.
gaining weight.
And then I suggest you to do what?
Change the way I was eating.
To what?
If I was going to eat ice cream, I should have it for breakfast instead of late at night to make sure.
That there was nothing wrong with eating ice
There was
cream?
nothing wrong with it, just changed the time of day I ate certain foods. Like, if I'm going to eat beef, I should eat it in the middle of the day, not at night before going to bed, because that's when dinner would be for me sometimes. And I used to eat a lot of sweets, drink a lot of soda. So I stopped drinking soda, I stopped eating candies, and stopped eating fast foods. Just started making my own food, more so from that point on. And I made sure if I had anything sweet like ice cream, which was my favorite, it would be first thing in the morning, and then I would stop eating like around 6 or 7 in the evening.
And if you ate around that time, what would you eat?
Maybe some chicken broth with noodles in it, or something really light and simple. At that point, I would eat a salad a lot of times.
And that was it, right?
Yes.
And since then, your weight has stayed consistently
The same, pretty much.
without even trying, right?
Right.
No effort whatsoever.
Right.
To me, that's implementation, right? Because you were told what to do, and you went and you did it.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes.
When it comes to the reason why I asked you for us to record this video is because I've seen where we've recorded a lot of videos, more videos than we have subscribers.
Yes. At this point.
And at this point, very good. And the reason for that is they're supposed to answer questions for individuals. They're supposed to guide individuals.
Yes.
We still get questions from individuals on a daily basis that are in those videos. Or we get messages from individuals where we can see that the things that are discussed in the videos are not being applied. So then when I see that, and I know you and I have had this discussion, the concern then becomes what happens to co-creation, which is another video that we have, right?
Yes.
Because remember that the angels, God, the ascended masters, they're allowed to do everything for you or for us. We have to meet them some part of the way.
It's
Because
the
we're
saying
responsible
goes,
for
God
some of
helps
these things.
those who help themselves.
Exactly. First thing of implementation,
Yes.
right? Jesus said, "Give me your burden, that I may make them light." I think is the way it goes. So what is he saying? He said, whatever challenge you're having, give it to me. I will take care of it.
I will help you with it.
Right? No, he'll take care of it.
He'll take care of it.
He'll make it light.
Okay.
Now, people think that light means like it will become easier to deal with. See, but when the real light is actual light, as in frequency, you'll turn into light.
Oh.
Okay, people don't understand that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay, so here you go. All right, so he's going to take the burdens, because your burden is nothing but negative energy. He's going to turn it into light, divine light, Christ light. Okay? But for him to do that, you have to let it go. So here's the thing. Let's say, for example, you're having a challenge with something, right?
Uh-huh.
Whatever that challenge might be. And you decide, well, gee, I'm really having a tough time with this. I'm going to hand this over to Jesus now. And so here we are. We do work from
Or
here.
Buddha or Krishna, whomever
That's
you
correct.
follow.
That's correct. Good
We're
point.
Catholics, so we choose Jesus.
Uh-huh. But now, so we do work from here on your behalf. We thank the angels, whomever needs to be thanked, your spirit guides, and they do work on your behalf. Regarding this challenge that you're dealing with, right? And next thing you know, that same day we send you a message, oh, work has been done on this. And the same day something comes up dealing with that same thing, and it looks like the challenge hasn't been dealt with.
Right.
So then what do?
Say, well, it didn't work.
Or you might not say it didn't work, but you'll say, oh, I'm really worried about this.
Oh, when you start focusing on it the way it
Now,
was.
you're supposed to give it to Jesus, right? In our
Right.
case, he said, give me a burden and I will make it light.
Uh-huh.
But if you're still there saying, well, I'm really worried about this, have you given it to Jesus?
No, you haven't let go of it.
So we did work here on your behalf. The angels started doing work on this thing, changing the frequency. Now you have to do your little part, whatever that part is. And they said, what do? You go back and you change the frequency back to the way it was. You took it back and said, I changed my mind. I'm not going to give it to Jesus.
Right.
So what do you think happens now to that situation in you?
Then it's going to stay the way it was before, because now that frequency has changed.
Got it? That's what I mean by implementation.
So,
Okay?
bottom line, we should be making a conscious effort to do our part, that when we give something over to whomever we're giving it to, that it stays light, and we project what it is that we want the situation to be like, resolved in whatever way.
You sound like a physicist. That you make
Well,
that
I'm
sound so
trying
complicated.
yeah.
No, it's this simple. If someone requests help from us, as in they're asking us to help them,
Right.
then that's exactly what they should do. They should say, okay, the moment they fill out that consent form and sign it, they're saying, I'm turning this over to a higher power. Now the higher power is not us,
Right.
by the way, right?
It's not
But they know that we are going to go and petition on their behalf. We're like their attorneys, put it that way. And we're going to take it to the judge and say, listen, judge, here's what's going on. We need to get this thing straightened out. Do your thing. Of course, we're talking to the angels. We're talking to their spirit guides on their behalf so they can get it done. But they should know that the moment they send that consent form to us, that it's time for them to let go. They should not be holding on to that stuff anymore. They don't need to.
They should know that it's taken care of.
From the previous video.
Yes.
And that's how we had that video.
The difference
Understand
between
now?
believing and faith and knowing.
You have to know that it's done. There's the Lord's Prayer, right? And the Lord's Prayer says, or in it is written, one of my favorite lines. I have so many favorite lines in the Bible.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Why are you pointing earth up
Earth
there?
and heaven. Well, heaven is like everywhere.
Why are you pointing Earth up there? Earth is here. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Earth, yes, is here, but Earth is all around me right now. Heaven is all around us.
Folks, doesn't she look like she's drunk or something? I don't know. And we have to redo this video. Get it controlled by my wife here. Anyway, but you get the point?
I get the point. I think
It's
the
done.
lemonade you made.
It's done on earth as it is in heaven. You notice they didn't say it's done in heaven as it is on earth.
Right.
They say it's done on earth as it is in heaven.
Meaning it's already done in heaven. We have to bring it and make it manifest here on earth.
Exactly.
We have to know that it's ours.
So what we do here when someone contacts us, we are making sure that it's done in heaven. That's our job. But your co-creation part, you have to make sure now that you help have it manifest on earth. It's already done in heaven. By the time we send you a message saying, hey, this is done, work was done here, it's done. You know, we've had people that have contacted us, and even before we send them a message, they're like, oh, this has really changed, and we don't hear from them again. Right? It's like they just disappear off the face of the earth because everything's fine. They're done. Then we have individuals we'll be dealing with for years, and that's because they keep bringing the energy back. You know, as soon as something happens, they bring it back, which means now they're not implementing anything that they see, or very little from the videos that they see.
Or what they've been taught.
You know, the videos are there for a reason. Please watch them and internalize the contents of the videos.
And then put it into action. Implement it.
That's the key. That's the key. We have the video, and these two or these three, the power of words, right? That's a very powerful video, because once you understand the way you're communicating with yourself, not with other people, with yourself, you'll start to see the things that you should improve on. And once you improve on those things, you'll notice that your conditions improve. You know?
And then we have the video, The Power of Perspective.
Same thing. So how will that help them?
Oh, instead of looking at the situation the way they've been looking at it, change it. Change the way they look at the situation to what they want it to be.
Well, not they want it to be, because want means that it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, how they know it should be.
How they know it is. Not
How
should
they
be.
know it is.
Because it should be.
I have been working on this too.
But should
Good
be means
progress.
what? It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
And so this is a
and
good
how it
example of the
is.
power of words right here from what you're saying. Because first you said, what was the first thing you said? What they want.
It to be.
So
and I said how it should be.
If you want something, it means you don't have it yet.
Right. And how it should be, you still don't have it.
You still don't have it.
So how
The way
you know
it
how it
is.
is.
Exactly. The way it is. Just like when you and I got to a point, I just told you what. Even before we got really close, I came to you one day and I said what? I said,
Shortly
girls'
after
class.
dating.
I said, girls, you're marrying me.
Yeah, you're gonna marry me. Okay, we just started dating not too long ago.
That was it, right? I didn't ask you.
Nope, you didn't.
Because I knew that was done. And that's the way we should approach everything. Okay, we don't go, I hope. We don't go, I wish. We don't go,
I pray.
I pray, right? Or hopefully. No, it's done. You know, that's implementation. What are you implementing? You're implementing the contents of the Bible. That's what you're implementing. When we record the videos, we make sure that what's in there are things that we have learned from the teachings itself. Which then teaches you to live a spiritual life. Not one of religion, one of spirituality. Meaning that the things that you're learning, you apply every day. Your life, or what you're learning, becomes a way of life.
Yes.
You respect people. You learn to respect people. You make sure that it's always an immaculate conception. Like you were saying earlier about how you would say if someone didn't believe in Jesus, they went to you know where.
Right.
Well, in the Bible, it's stated very clearly, thou shalt not judge. So if you're implementing things in the Bible, don't you think you're judging by saying if someone doesn't believe in Jesus, they go to you know where?
Yes.
Right? That's judging. If you're implementing from the Bible, you wouldn't do that. Instead, you would put love out to everybody, because Jesus has the golden rule, which is what?
Love one another.
And treat everybody the way you want to be treated, right? So if you just implement that one rule, you will not be judging anybody at all. The next thing is, Jesus said again, through me everything is possible. Through me everything is possible. So if you're there and you're afraid of anybody or anything, what does that tell you?
That you don't believe everything is possible.
And if you don't believe everything is possible, what does that tell you? You don't believe what Jesus says.
You think Jesus is a liar.
Right?
No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
I know you're not.
We're
But I
taking
want the
it.
people in the video to understand.
No, because we're taking it to
I'm
the
not
extreme.
calling them liars. I'm just saying.
No, we're taking it to the extreme.
We're taking it to the extreme.
We're taking it to the extreme. So you can see that if you don't believe that everything's taken care of, if you let someone intimidate you, if you're worried about anything, if you're worried about getting possessions, right? And say, oh, I'm afraid this person might give me possessions. Then you're not believing what Jesus said. Not just Jesus, but any prophet.
God
They'll say
said,
the same thing.
through me all things are possible.
I don't know if God said that. What Bible are you reading?
Oh, right. No. There was the phrase, through God all things are possible.
Right.
Who said that? Okay. It's a phrase that's out there. God didn't say it. That's the lemonade.
That goes back. That goes back to she did the novena and everything. She didn't really study the Bible. But see, that goes back to the faith and belief. On the other side, you really have to have the foundation.
Right.
But that's why we do this, right?
Yes.
There are people out there with the same thing. You know, and myself, I don't know every part of the Bible. There are people they could recite any. You can just tell them.
We know individuals who can just quote you whatever you
They'll
ask for
quote.
from the Bible.
Right? But then the question becomes, but are they living by those words?
Right.
I don't know if they are. I'm just bringing that up. Are they living by those words? So here you are. If you're being intimidated by anything whatsoever, if you're worried about anything, if you let anything worry you, then you don't believe Jesus, because Jesus said that through Him everything is possible. Give me your burdens, I will make them light. So if there's anything bothering you, just give it to Him, and He'll take care of it. So if you're worried about something you don't think will be taken care of, you don't believe it. You don't believe Jesus. So are you saying then that Jesus lied? That He just said those things to make us feel good? Is that what you're saying? And again, I'm going to the extreme, right?
Right.
Because I want to be ridiculously blatant about this. Wake people up for them to see what it is that they can change, what it is that should be changed. If you know that Jesus is telling the truth, then really you should walk with no fear. There should be no hatred, no fear, no concern about anything. And every time there's a concern, just say, okay, but Jesus said, through Him everything's possible. And the moment you do that, you snap yourself back into that reality with Jesus. Not the reality that other people have, but the one with Jesus Himself. That's implementation. Implement what you know the Ascended Masters have said. Jesus, Buddha, all of them. Muhammad, Abraham, Krishna, whomever Ascended Master you feel comfortable with, just implement what they've said. And the moment you do that, you will feel different. Because now you're drawing to you positive energy instead of creating worry, concern, fear.
All the negative emotions.
Exactly. And then, not negative emotions, negative frequencies.
Negative frequencies.
And then the frequencies are the ones that create the negative emotions. Because remember, a frequency lowers your frequency, which then makes you open to this lowering or this creation of these negative emotions, because now you have attachments and possessions.
Got it.
So if you're surprised, well, why do I have them? Because you're inviting them. Because of the way you're thinking and the way you're behaving and the way you're talking to yourself. It's more about self-talk. Change that. Change it by implementing the things we talk about in the videos, the things that you know from your church. Because I am sure your pastor or your priest or leader of your church, whatever the person, reverend, right, whatever the person might be called, they remind you as to what Jesus has said, and any of the other Ascended Masters, what they've said. So implement those things and watch your life change. Go back and watch the videos. But make sure that you internalize. Don't just watch them for entertainment.
Right. We're hilarious, I know, and my husband's got some great jokes, but really, there's more value to it if you really implement what's in the video.
For them to benefit.
Right, for you to benefit from it.
You know, it's very important. And we're spending time on this because we want to make sure that everyone gets healed, that everyone enjoys a life that he or she is supposed to. Mm-hmm. But they also understand what their part of the job is, which is their part of the co-creation. And that is to supply the positive frequency to their own situation. Mm-hmm. Right? If we're over here changing frequencies into positive frequencies on your behalf regarding whatever situation it is you're dealing with, and then you turn around and you change it back into something negative because you got scared of something or you got concerned about something, mm-hmm. then we have to go back and do work again. And we don't mind doing the work again, but we don't want to do work unnecessarily. You know, so if you didn't understand that part before, make sure you get it now.
Do your part.
Do your part. You know, just make everything positive. As my wife said earlier, if you're into a situation where it's not to your liking, you have the power to change it, so change it. Mm-hmm. You know, just change it. If someone said to you, you're stupid, right? You don't go crying in a corner and say, oh, they insulted me. Immediately, you take that and then you change it. Mm-hmm. Make it something powerful. As in, okay, I know that I'm intelligent. You don't go, I know I'm not stupid. Because that's not positive either, right?
Right.
So change it to something positive, as in, I know I'm intelligent. I know I'm what? What else? If somebody's not stupid. Smart?
Yes, smart.
I know I'm smart, right? Whatever it is, but make it something good.
I know I have divine intelligence.
There you go. Excellent. All right, but change it. And that goes for anything else they're dealing with. If you're dealing with your health, know that you are 100% healthy. You're extremely healthy. Your entire body is 100% healthy.
Healthier and healthier every day.
Every day. My health gets better and better every day. Mm-hmm. That's it. And now, then after you say that, you go look in the mirror and you say, oh, geez, I look really sick. You just destroyed everything you were saying earlier. All right, no matter what you see, that doesn't mean anything, as the Buddhists always say. What do they say? They say, everything you see in front of you
is a mirage.
Is a mirage. The Buddhists, they tell you that what you see is a mirage because it's not real. So stop believing your eyes. Know that you're inside, everything's working. It's like a chicken and an egg, right? The little chicken is in there, mm-hmm. in the egg before it hatches, mm-hmm. but you don't see the chicken, you only see the egg.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Think about it that way. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Know that it's happening. And soon enough,
you'll see it manifest.
Exactly. On the outside. But in the meantime, you know it's manifesting on the inside. So see it from the inside first. Okay. See it from the spiritual realm first. Implement.
All right. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. See you next time.